What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome to another video, and today is going to be day 3 of me just giving game, giving knowledge, giving value. And this series is to transform yourself, be a trader, make you a better trader, better individual, all that good stuff. And in today's video, I want to talk about losses and why they're so important, how to use them to your advantage, how you should approach losses, how you should handle them, how to control them, keep them, as manageable as possible, and all that. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to losses is I want to emphasize that losses and losing in trading is good. It is a good thing to lose. It is normal and it happens. As humans, we obviously don't like to lose, especially when it comes to losing money, because we associate that with bad. We associate that with negative when we see our P&L going down or whatever the case may be. If prices are stop loss like that hurts. You can't really escape that feeling, but there's a way that we can manage it. And the number one way to manage and to just disconnect from losing as much as possible is to disconnect from the money. And how you disconnect from the money, you trade with what you're willing to lose. That is the number one thing. Trade with what you're willing to lose. Don't over leverage, because once you over leverage, that's when your emotions get involved. If you can't afford to lose what you're trading with, or if you're trading with an important dollar amount, so you need money, you're trading for the money, that's when emotions get involved. That's when you start to get connected to the money, and that's not what we want as traders. So trade whether you're willing to lose, manage your risk properly. That is the number one thing when it comes to losing, because if you don't care about the money that you're losing, or if it's just a lot of a smaller amount versus what you would actually care about losing, it makes it a lot easier to stomach it. It makes losing a lot better in a way. Number two, journal the losses, learn from them, figure out why you lost, and where you can grow from. That is number two thing, because losses are one of the greatest learning opportunities as a trader, because when you win, you don't really look at why you won for the most part. You kind of just take your win, take your money, you move on about your day. But when you lose, that is when we have the opportunity to really figure out, analyze. My fault. We have the opportunity to analyze, reflect, which we honestly should do with our winners as well. But as humans, we usually only do it for losses. But just journaling in general, analyzing what you did right, what you did wrong, where you could improve on, and that is another way on how you can improve, help use losses to your advantage, and things like that. And then it's also just your mindset on losing. You have to mentally accept the losses. I heard a couple good analogies. I'm gonna break some of them down to you. The first one is just treating trading like going to college. For the most part, people go to college for at least 4 years. And in those 4 years, a lot of people take out loans. A lot of people have to spend money in order to graduate and make their, real money from their job after their 4 years or whatever the case may be. It's the same thing with trading for the most part. You don't go into college looking to make, over $100,000 by your sophomore year. You have to wait till after you graduate, and it's very similar with trading. You can't expect to trade for a year and start making $10,000-$20,000 a month like it's easy. It comes with time. You have to invest in yourself. You're going to lose a lot of money in trading. Now, in college, you're not technically losing money, but you are spending money to be there. You have to pay tuition, pay for books, pay for housing, and all that stuff. You can look at the same thing with trading. Look at your losses as just paying tuition to the market. You have to pay for the experiences, pay for the lessons, pay for the opportunity to even trade and be there in general. That is a good way to look at it. It helps losses just become a lot easier to stomach, a lot easier to manage. And yeah, that's the first analogy. The second one is look at it as if you are running a business. You are a boss, you are a CEO, because honestly, when you're trading, you don't have anybody that's guiding you. You don't have anyone directing you on what to do. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. You have to be able to basically be your own company in a way. You are your own company. So, and what I mean by that is like you have to be CEO, CFO, COO. You have to be every person, everything. You have to be able to manage your risk, manage your emotions, Make sure you're doing the right stuff here. Make sure all parts of your brain are working properly so that you can trade to the best of your ability. Because if not, you have to dive deeper in. You have to assess. You have to figure out why this part is not working, why I keep getting emotional here, why I keep taking bad steps, why am I rushing. You have to really analyze. And it's the same thing when running a company. So you have to really analyze these things. And when it comes to losses, you look at it as you're paying your employees, you're paying a salary, you're writing stuff off, it's a business expense. That's another way to look at it, because honestly, when we're trading, we don't have real expenses aside from, say, like, for me personally, I live with my parents still, so I don't have to pay rent. My main expenses only come from, trading losses or whatever the case, buying accounts, paying for softwares, trade journal, my car, food, like little stuff, small stuff like that. I don't have no real major expenses outside from that, internal stuff that I necessarily have to pay every month. So when it comes to trading, or when you have your own business, you have to, invest in inventory. Maybe you have to invest in employees, pay for rent, pay for, licensing, all this type of stuff that comes with running a business. Now, an upside from running a business is you usually see a lot of profit from that. Same thing with trading. Now, nothing is guaranteed, same in each world, but it's a good way to look at it, because when you're running a company, no business owner can run their business successfully without spending money. Excuse me. You can't run a successful business without spending any money. You have to spend money to make it. You have to lose money to make it. In terms of trading, like, you have to be able to lose. You have to lose and learn why you lost, and grow from that. It's all the same thing. Now, for me, I was a sore loser for a long time. I still am not the best loser. I'm still human at the end of the day. I've spoken on this in a past video, to where I grew up, I hated to lose. Like, I would try to fight behind every loss. I would just be terrible at losing. Like, and with trading, it's the opposite. You have to be able to be comfortable with that. And the number one way to do that is to, one, take, the best setups possible, be able to let, mediocre setups pass you by. Like today, I seen a couple setups that I thought had an idea could work, or that I had an idea could work, but I didn't take them because they weren't my A+ setup. They weren't exactly what I wanted to see. That is a very key thing. You have to be able to do that in trading. You cannot take every setup just because it has the potential to make you money. You have to take what you are confident in, take what you know has the highest probability to make you money, and take what you know that you worked on. Don't take something just because it might work. You need to be fully confident. Every trade that you take, you should be willing to put your whole account on it. Now, obviously, you're not going to do that, but the trade should be that good, or the setup should be that clear to where you're that confident in the trade. Confidence is key. Risk management is key. Now, there's not really any strategies to where you should lose 10 times in a row, but you should be able to lose 10 times in a row and still have your account. You should be able to take 10 trades in a row and still have your account. You shouldn't blow your account in 2-3 trades. Like, that's not ideal. That's not smart. That's not manageable long term, because these markets do move in cycles. There will be a period. There will be times to where you do go on losing streaks. You do have losing months, losing periods. I can attest to it myself. I have had, like, last month, May was one of my roughest months trading. And I've been trading for almost 3 years now. And for me, I'll be at 3 years next month. So, and May was the roughest month for me, which should say a lot. That should speak a volume, because I've been trading for this long, and I'm still having, months that are not the best for me. It happens. It comes. It's common. I'm human. Like, this stuff is going to happen to you. It's going to happen to everyone else. It happens to people. Like, you compare it to sports. Like I said before, Michael Jordan doesn't make every shot he takes. He had to miss a lot of times before he could make the same shot. Same thing with Kobe, Stephen Curry. Steph Curry didn't become the greatest shooter in the world just by, expecting to make, or expecting to, I don't know where it is. No, because he does expect to make everything. It's a confidence that comes with it, but it's a lot of work that he had to put in, and he can't you can't walk into every trade like you are the best trader in the world or whatever the case may be, because the market will humble you. The market will show you. It will take the money away from you if you don't cherish it, if you don't do right with it. And that's with everything. I feel like I'm kind of rambling right now. I'm trying to figure out what. I think I had one more point I wanted to speak on. Let me just double check. Yeah, just think longevity. Like zoom out. Think long term. Like I had a very bad month last month, but I slowed down. I cut my risk once I realized the type of conditions that I was trading in, the mental pressure that I was starting to feel. I took time to myself where I really just I regrouped, I recuperated, and I just reset. Um, and for everybody, this is different. For me, I just really I went for walks. Like I started to go on a lot more walks. Like I was in New York City at the time, and I was just walking around. There's a rooftop I like to go sit on. Went to the rooftop. I just walked around, gathered my thoughts, and that was part of the way I reset. And I had to think long term. Like yeah, I had a bad month this month, but trading is a long game. Like I'm gonna be trading for the next 5 years from now, most likely, God willing. So I can't let one month define me. You can't let one day define you in trading. Like, all right, you might have to take a loss, you might take two losses, but you can't let that be the reason that you spiral and crash out and blow your account in one day. It's not worth it. For me, I set daily loss limits for myself. I can't lose over a certain amount of dollars in relation to my account value through Top Step. This is just something that kind of keeps me in check, keeps me just regulated, just so that I don't have any days where I might let my emotions get the best of me, because I am still human at the end of the day. I do make mistakes. I do still have these situations where the market does get the best of me. I am not perfect. Now it doesn't happen as much as it used to, but it does still happen, and we're human. You can't expect to be perfect in this market. You can strive for it, obviously, but you're not going to be if that's just what you think you are. You have to be humble. You have to really understand that it is a psychological game, and some days we might have a bad day mentally. Like certain stuff may happen outside of the charts to where it might affect you inside the charts, and that's where you have to really reflect and really understand with yourself that this stuff is all a long-term game. You cannot let one day define you. One trade does not define who you are as a trader. 1 week does not define you, or 1 month does not define you. Like it is a long-term game, and if you're not in it for the long term, you should honestly give up. You should, or not give up, you should quit. Find a new route, find a new lane, because trading is a long-term game. It is not something quick. It's not short. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not a, I need quick money. I need fast money. Let me just try to trade right quick. It's not that at all. It's the complete opposite. It is a long, dedicated, rough, rigorous journey that you have to be willing to commit to. And I'm gonna be at 3 years next month. Next month will be 3 years of me trading, and I'm just now starting to see some decent success after almost 3 years. Like now, granted, I definitely could have sped the process up. I definitely did a lot of self-sabotaging. I definitely was in my own way a lot of the times. However, I'm human. This is stuff I had to go through. Everything happens for a reason, and I went through all of these things. I went through all of the trials and tribulations to get to where I'm at now. Yes, it took 3 years. It takes some people 1 year. It takes some people 8 to 12 months, and then it takes some people 5 years and 10 years. Like it is a process, and everybody's situation is unique. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't think just because you see somebody else, making X amount of dollars, that it's impossible or it's fake or you can't do that. You should always believe that you can do it too. There is nothing different between you and I, or you and the next person, just other than their experiences and a work ethic. And if you are putting the work in, then it will come with time. Trust and believe that God will make it happen for you. You have to do right by yourself, do right by God, do right by the universe, other people around you. Like it will come for you. Everybody's on their own path, everybody's on their own journey, and it's unique for everyone. But Don't let someone else's success dictate, how you think or how you view it, or don't let that negatively affect you. Your time will come. It will happen when it's supposed to. Don't look at somebody and envy. Like, that stuff isn't. Your time will come, and you might see somebody's. It's a good quote, actually. Don't compare your 14th step to somebody's 98th step. Like, yeah, you don't know what that person went through to get to where they're at. Like, I seen somebody. I was in New York, actually. I seen somebody hopping out of. It was a middle-aged white guy hopping out of a Ferrari, downtown in the city. And I don't know what that man has went through. I don't know what he does. I don't know what type of life experiences he's had to go through in order to earn that car, in order to be able to hop out of that car. However, I know that stuff like that doesn't come easy. I know that that's not something that is easily obtained, because if it was, everyone would have it. People just look at, the shiny objects, or the trophies that people earn and people have, and kind of forget that it took a lot of work to get there. People might, like, in NBA Finals about to start right now, like, people will look at that Finals trophy. People looking at the NBA Finals right now, but it was an 82 game season prior to this. It was a long playoff road ahead of making the NBA Finals. It was, years upon years upon years of these men working and striving to get to this point. But a lot of people forget that. And it's the same thing with trading. It's the same thing with life. Like, you can't compare. You can't try to rush stuff, especially when it comes to just achieving or obtaining these shiny objects. Like, they're going to come when they're supposed to. If you're destined for it, you're going to reach it. You're going to earn it. Just be patient. Stay down. Like, for me, even when I made and lost that $20,000, I was striving for all the wrong things. I wasn't even, like, I wasn't in the right headspace. I was becoming a slave to the money. I was trying to get this car, trying to get, this piece of clothing, trying to get this jewelry, like, all that type of stuff that doesn't matter. Now, yes, obviously, as a lot of traders, we are young men and women out there. You might want something nice for yourself that is going to come, that will come with time, but don't rush it. Don't make it your purpose in life, because there's so much more to life than that. So much more to life than just the shiny objects. There's experiences to live. There's people you can help. Putting smiles on people's faces, that stuff is worth way more. That stuff feels way better than any possess or tangible item that you can achieve. I'm kind of off track right now. I know I was talking about losses and all that, but I'm gonna just wrap the video up right here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all can learn something. I hope that you guys really can grasp something from what I'm speaking. I'm just trying to help. I appreciate y'all for the support. If you watched this video, if you clicked on it, if you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.